Bro, let's just be real. I'm built different. I'm literally sitting at the top of the tier list right now. Can't touch me, can't stop me. I'm him.
Okay, respect. But you see what they did to me with that buff? I can't even lie, I might be an A tier now, maybe higher. They cooked with that update, and now I'm definitely back in the conversation.
Alright, I'll give you that. Welcome back to the big boy table, little bro.
Who the f is little bro?
Hey, don't forget about me! I'm still relevant and got some cool stuff compared to you guys!
Who the fuck is you, bro? Strike Deku? In my meeting? Who let him in
Bro,
here,
you've been B tier since launch. You got patched into relevancy.
I don't even know why I'm even calling you, bro, because we genuinely don't know you.
Come on, guys, don't act like that. I can still be a part of the conversation.
I don't want to hear it from your irrelevant ass speaking. You don't even get a seat at the table. Matter of fact, you get the floor.
Damn, y'all tripping.
All right, hold on. Y'all really out here disrespecting Strike Deku like that? Bro still got some sauce. He's still relevant. Y'all are acting like he doesn't exist on the tier list because he's not a one-button warrior or top-tier slop.
Run my
Finally, someone sees my potential.
And besides, compared to you guys, you are all little boys to me. I am higher on the tier list. This ain't even a debate.
Did this man just...
I somewhat agreed with you at first. But this sounds like a load of bull.
What? Don't blame me, because it is just facts. Check the tier list. And try again, littlest bro.
Nah. Anyone with basic trigger discipline will hard counter you. Like, literally anyone.
Just don't spam and being patient. That is it. That is the whole strategy to beat
Bro,
you.
your counter is literally just don't press buttons.
That is... okay, that is not...
Plus, you don't take much skill to use. It is just, most players are not that good with playing you.
Why? Are we backpedaling?
Hey, I'd say...
Anyway, that is enough yapping for now. A certain good-looking, intelligent fellow has a video to make about me. He is in that chair over there.
Man, this is a very nice book on women's literature. I am 6'2", by the way.
Man, f*** y'all boys.
If you're picking Strike Deku and still losing every fight, not gonna lie, it's not the character. Strike Deku is actually cracked. You just don't know what you're doing yet. I'm a pro ace player, and in the next few minutes I'm fixing that. In a way, think of Strike Deku as the console-friendly version of Assault Deku. Yellow Deku, if you can't aim, you basically can't play him. Strike Deku doesn't ask that much of you on the aiming side. He's basically a mix between Assault and Rapid Deku, more forgiving, but still has sauce if you know what you're doing. Now, is he underrated? Yeah. Is he getting power crept? A little, not gonna lie. But he still has one of the best alphas in the game, and if you actually learn him, you can be as abusive as Endeavor in his prime abusive drunken dad days. There are some other Strike Deku guides out there, shout out Horror and No Life. So after this, you can check those too. But this video breaks them down so you know exactly what to run, what to do, and how to actually win with him. With that, my name is Shanky Shadow, and this is Strike Deku for Dummies. And with that, let's get into it. Strike Deku is a hybrid character where he has a really good ranged option that with the right tuning build can be a guaranteed shield break with both alpha shots while having a decent close range game. However, his close range isn't all that good, as his close range moves are pretty slow, which is why I say he's been getting power crept, so I recommend staying at range and only getting up close to confirm kills or in dire situations. Despite his strike role, he is a support at heart as he is one of the few characters with a revive, so you should always play with your team so you can make your special action actually useful and be able to peel for your team in the process. However, this isn't an excuse for you to straight up not get kills, cause at the end of the day you are still a strike character, meaning you have a much easier time doing damage and getting kills than most other classes in general. Overall, you should stay in that mid-range, so you can not only do the most optimal amount of damage, but also so you can better stay with your team. His best move, hands down, you should always max this move out first. and under no circumstances should this move not be level 9 first. Let me explain why before I actually explain what this move does, cause some of you mofos need to understand why this is the most optimal. Beta is too slow, and in a meta where everyone has crazy mobility and people are playing flyers, you won't be hitting this move 99% of the time, and missing it will have you vulnerable for a good second, which is more than enough time for enemies to escape or heavily punish you. Gamma, although its mobility is good and can help promote that more support playstyle, kills your main source of damage, and like I said before, you need damage. Cause if you are someone who plays solo a lot, it doesn't matter how many times you revive your teammates, they will likely still die a minute later and cry that you don't help you out. Like my bad, I can have a pacifier in your mouth 24/7 and hold your hand. With that aside, let me break it down to you how his alpha works. Deku shoots out 5 pellets from his arm, and the formation of them depends on whether you aim down or not. If you are aiming down, you will shoot all 5 of them in a compressed cone that will allow you to do more consistent damage. If you are not aiming in, you will shoot them in an shotgun formation, where it is all horizontal, but does less consistent damage. You always want to aim down sights when using his alpha because his non-aimed in version's only purpose is to help you hit rolling targets easier. And that's it. If you care about doing good damage, you must always be aiming so you can get the best amount of DPS possible. Editing Shanky here. So apparently they buffed the damage specifically on his unaimed alpha. So now it can essentially shield break in just 2 shots. So I guess now you can use it more practically compared to before this patch. Anyways, back to the video. As I've stated, this move is not that good, or as good as you think this move is. The biggest trap for a lot of you dummies is taking his close range playstyle too literally, and thinking you need to max out his beta and gamma first, which is why you end up not doing good damage against the majority of the long range characters in this game. However, what this move is good for aside from catching people that are on the ground is okie. I know this is like the 3rd video that I've mentioned okie, as I've mentioned it as a core identity for characters like Support Overhaul and Assault Tokoyami, but it still applies to Strike Deku, mainly with his beta. His beta is a lunge type ability that tracks where the enemy that you are looking at is, meaning wherever they are at. If they are close to you and are within your line of sight when popping the move, it will track them and will hit them. If you are in the air, it will do the startup, and thank the biking devs that you can now control where you land with the move, as well as the damage of the move, increasing the more you fall. With this move, the initial hit of the move is a grab that goes through armor and attacks your HP directly, and the big slam attacks your shield first. Editing Shanky. Again, the devs for some reason thought it would be funny to get rid of the ability to use the direct hit to attack HP first, which is kinda gay low-key. Anyway, this is the last time I am interrupting the video. Back to our scheduled program. As I've stated before, this move is mainly good for okie, as this move is amazing at catching options, as it is essentially a sure hit on the ground, if they are on the ground, and since you can use the move consecutively, you can catch their wake up multiple times. Overall, stop leveling up this move first, as he is not a pure melee character. His gamma is his main and only form of movement. There really isn't much to say about this move, as it doesn't do much special stuff aside from it making a wall in front of you. Basically, you slam the ground in front of you, and if you hold down the move, you jump into the air while creating a wall to block off pathways. Where you go with the moves depends on where you are looking, as if you are looking up, you will be sent up and can possibly reach the height of a building. If you aim forward, you will go diagonally forward while sacrificing height. The move does go through walls and can combo into itself occasionally, but the move is very inconsistent. The best use of this move is to block damage while healing or getting a safe revive on teammates with your special. That's all I really have for this section. This move doesn't do that much at all. His special action is a revive that, although it is one of the riskier ones, since you have to be on top of your downed teammate, it isn't completely dog-ass, since you are literally able to revive your teammate from the ground way quicker than if you were to do it regularly. However, Deku's in particular doesn't really have any sauce, as 2 other characters have it, but Ida can run up walls with his, and All Might can jump higher. Deku is just the middle child that doesn't get anything, which is low-key sad. Unlike Assault Deku, however, Strike Deku has his gamma to be a means to protect you from getting shot at by enemies when picking up your teammate from the ground when you are in the middle of a fight. When it comes to either dropping instantly or running with them depends on the situation. If they are outside of circle and they don't have many heals and they've been revived multiple times, or if y'all are in a dangerous fight and y'all need to back out, just run away with them to a safe spot. If you are in the middle of a fight and you can't run, just insta-drop. Although his revive special action isn't the best in the world, a revive is a revive, so use it, gang. Strike Deku also has flexible tuning options, but here are the two best ones for him in my personal experience. You can do a lot of things on Strike Deku and have it work out well, so get creative if you want and find the build that suits how you like to play him. But if you are looking for an optimal build, you can copy one of these two builds. I don't have many tips to give, as to be honest. This character doesn't have much complex stuff to talk about, since he is pretty cookie cutter. Either way, take these tips like a good boy. Number 1, because you have a move that allows you to revive teammates, you kinda wanna be near your team to use it. I know that using it is like at the back of your mind, because it low-key is one of the worst revive moves in the game, compared to every other due to how much damage it puts you in. But a revive is a revive, and if you have the opportunity to use it, especially if one of your teammates is doing everything in their power to prevent the teammate to die, as letting them die will set your teammate off, and may or may not call you useless. Basically, you are born to be a support, but forced to be a strike character, like parents who think the only career options are being a doctor or a lawyer. Number 2. Even though his okie options are limited, as I've talked about in the past 2 for Dummies vids, okie is important to learn on a character, especially with Strike Deku's more melee-based playstyle. This is because his beta, despite it low-key being the least used move in his kit in most proper situations, it is his best okie option, as I would cite in my script. If they are close to you and are within your line of sight when popping the move, it will track them and will hit them. With this information in mind, you should always abuse the opportunity to use it as often as possible in okie situations, because even if you miss, you can just cancel the whiff stun of the move by using another one to catch your opponent off guard. Does it make you look brain dead? Yes. But does it work? Yes. Does it low-key matter, as Strike Deku's tier placement is carried primarily by his alpha? Yes. Number 3. There will be very few opportunities for you to actually use your alpha, not aimed in, but they still exist. Like for example, if your opponent is dash rolling a lot, you don't have time to aim in and catch it, so you use your flatline version of the alpha to better catch it and hit them easier. Or if the enemy is low, either on the ground or in the air, you can swat them out easier. If you are close enough, then you having to be very accurate and pray your opponent doesn't use a mobility move to escape out of your line of sight with. Because unless you're playing on keyboard and mouse, and or you have over 300-400 sensitivity, you may have a harder time dueling with people in the air while in the air. It also fires somewhat faster than the aimed in version, so it's harder to roll. And since most other YouTubers don't use it, nobody expects you to use it. Or the aimed version, use it for everything else, like doing good damage at range, beaming out of the sky, and consistently getting hard knockdowns to prepare for okie. Strike Deku is a pretty simple character, as all of his moves are pretty straightforward. His biggest weakness is his lack of movement and lack of range, as his alpha doesn't travel that far, and his gamma doesn't give him much horizontal mobility compared to other characters. For dummies, I would say he is medium to play, as he requires a good amount of mechanical skill to learn how to get used to aiming down sights consistently, as well as okie and other technicalities. But what do you guys think? Do you think he is slept on by the majority of the player base, or do you think he's just mid? Let me know in the comments, and if you want to see a video for a certain character, check my polls on my posts and vote there, as I'm willing to hear out my community on what they want. And with that, I'll see you later. And another thing, guys, I have a Twitch where I stream every weekend at 12 p.m. and 3 p.m. And I also have a TikTok where I post some exclusive content from other games and some posts that come earlier on TikTok. So check out those after this video when you can.